What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Shot by Shingy, as you already know. As usual, you already know what it is. We out here. But I'm so excited to be making this video once again because it's gonna touch on... I gotta back out. I'm so excited to be touching on this topic because I've been watching a lot of videos on this topic, which is creative block for photography. So this topic has been touched on, I think, by multiple photographers online and everywhere, really. It's such a common thing that really happens. And the last video I watched was by Negative Feedback, which is the fucking god of film photography. If you guys already know him, I'm not even gonna say if you know him, follow him, but you guys already know him. God of film photography, shout out to him. But he shared his process. I want to give you guys some ideas on what I do as well and how I deal with this whole big thing, which is called creative block. How do I deal with my creative blocks? So let's talk about how you get a creative block in the beginning. Let's get the problem first and let's solve it. So with me, what I find whenever I get a creative block is due to the fact that I've seen content that is really good that I aspire to do, or like right now I'm doing YouTube and I see a YouTuber doing way better than me. That gives a creative block. So I think personally, from my experiences, creative blocks originate from, you know, sort of like not being where you want to be, or not doing what you want to do, or, you know, being faced with challenges. You know, there's always some sort of comparison that makes you feel a lot shittier, and that is okay. That is normal. That is your instincts telling you, hey man, you need to step it up. You need to get to the next level. And that's another thing I'm gonna touch when it comes to creative block. They really push you to be in the next level. You're having a creative block because you're sort of like coming to the awareness that what you're doing is not enough and you need to do more of it. So don't feel bad you're in a creative block. Totally natural, of course, and also it's something that is gonna help you get better. So look at it as a good thing as well, and look at it as a check mark, a checkpoint to be like, hey man, I'm here, I need to get better. And again, I believe a lot of these things originate from, you know, comparison with another photographer. So it's really important now that you're in your creative block that you really take a mental break. Not necessarily a mental break, you need to mentally be aware of who you are and what you are doing. Therefore, with that being said, you need to sit down and be like, hey man, like, what is going wrong? Why do I feel this way, right? And you acknowledge it, and then you need to know who you are and understand that people don't grow at the same rate. People don't grow at the same level. People will grow faster, people will grow slower, but understand your journey, right? Understand your journey. It's really important that you understand your journey, because you're gonna be more accepting to your creative block, and you're gonna be more accepting to your art and what you need to make in terms of changes. So it's really important, guys, that you take that step to you know, understand that people grow at a different pace. You might not be growing as fast. Somebody blew up yesterday. That doesn't matter. Focus on yourself. If it's your work that is not at that level, at the level that you want it to be, work at what you want to do. Work at that. Work at what you are trying to aspire at. You know, work at that thing that you think you're not doing well, that the other person is doing well. But understand your journey, that it will take time. It will take time, you will fail. Just know your lane, right? Like, I go through that a lot, man, and like, that's what leads me to a creative block. And with that being said, like, what I do is I sit down and I realize, like, hey man, like, people don't grow the same pace. Like, people just blow up, people don't just blow up. It doesn't change the fact that, it doesn't change who I am and what I want to do. You know what I mean? What I want to do and where I want to be, my journey's different. My journey's different. You got to keep telling yourself your journey's different. And you got to be patient. Good things come to those who are patient. We've done with the mental. We've identified the problem. Let's go to some more technical stuff. The second step to getting rid of a creative block is I do things outside the box, things I haven't done yet. So for example, the biggest thing for me that I don't do a lot is shooting black and white. Black and white is incredible, guys. Like, black and white, I love black and white. Or even like you know, doing street photography, doing night photography. Whenever you guys see me doing things that are outside the box, is because I'm probably going through a creative block. Therefore, I'm gonna do things outside the box to get me more inspired and to get my mind away from what I've been doing or what I really want to do. I'm in a different path now, guys. So like, I'm just more keen on creating. I want to create. I want to experience film. I want to experience photography on different levels. Like, if you haven't shot street photography before, take your camera out, pick up that camera. It always starts with picking up your camera and going to create. That's how it always starts. Getting rid of a creative block, pick up the camera and go do something different. Go to a different place, like what Negative Feedback touched on. But with me, it's like shoot different stuff. Like, do street photography. If you're not, if you're a portrait photographer, do some street photography. Take pictures of your dog. You know, fall in love again. Fall in love again. That's what it is. But yeah, that's how I get rid of it. I usually go and shoot some black and white film, and I also go shoot some street photography. I don't hate street photography. I love street photography, but I love portraits. I'm a portrait photographer. If I'm in a creative block, it's probably due to portraits, but I've always tried to do other things that kind of give back to the culture. That's another tip as well. Do things that give back to the culture. Like, do things to recognize other people's art. That always helps. Not doing things for you, right? It always gives you that creative mind and being in a place where people appreciate art. I hope this really helped. I hope I made sense talking about this. I hope I made sense. It got really deep. It got really serious. But a lot of these things, guys, are really mental. They're really mental. So it's really good to evaluate yourself and sort of know what you're doing and why you're doing something. With me, photography is my job. It's also my passion, which makes it easier for me. But whenever I go through a creative block, I literally take a lot of time to reevaluate why I'm doing it, right? That's where my strength is, why I'm doing it. I want to be an artist all my life. So when I'm faced with a creative block, I really step back and I'm like, hey man, like, take your time. It's so easy to be hard on ourselves and all that kind of stuff. Everybody has a different journey. Things take a little bit more time. Be the best person you can be the best person you want to be, and do what you love. Those are the things that get me out of a creative block, and I always just tune out of it right after. So yeah, I hope this helps. Thank you guys for constantly supporting. The channel's growing a lot. I'm so happy, man. Like, I'm so happy. We're growing. You guys are loving the content. And yeah, I'm just so thankful for you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Shop by Shingy. Follow the, I always mess this part up. Follow the website at shopbyshingy.com if you want to see some of my work. Follow the brand at shopwaybetterco.com. Follow at WePhotoGods and hashtag WePhotoGods on Instagram, and I'll be reposting some of you guys' work. If I like it, I'll repost it. It doesn't matter about your follow account. All of that doesn't matter. I'm just there to share some of you guys' amazing work. So hashtag WePhotoGods. And thank you again, guys, for constantly supporting my work. I love you guys. You guys are incredible. You guys are amazing. Thank you again to, like, I don't know, like, the channel's growing. We just hit 500. I'm aiming for 1,000 by the end of the month. We're pushing. I'm pushing. We're gonna be pushing out content. Just go create, guys. Go create. That's where the key to happiness is for us creatives. So yeah, hope you guys love this video. Thank you.